Welcome back to the Glass Cannon Network. It's Pendragon Day. That's right, everybody's favorite day here in the Glass Cannon Network, especially those of us who just got out of bed to do that and haven't had a whole day of preparing their voices and like being funny in the mirror to like get ready to entertain people. No, it is everyone's favorite day here, 100%. I'm Brian Holland. I'm here with this fabulous cast of characters. Let's meet everybody really quick, starting with Skidmar.
Hello, I'm Skidmar.
Well met, Skid.
Thank you. Shout out to Professor Dorsey Armstrong.
Oh yeah, exactly. How's your Great Courses? Right, Can we get a Great Courses Plus update? You know, do you have an affiliate link you'd like to share, perhaps?
No, but I will share the knowledge I learned today that her father used to be the general manager of the Seattle Mariners.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's cool. Not as Arthurian as I was hoping it would be.
Yeah.
She's so well-rounded.
If I could be honest with you about it.
I mean, I thought it was going to be a 6th century fun fact. That was not.
I have notes.
Oh, wait. Yeah. I do have a fun fact, though. An Arthurian fun fact.
Okay, good.
So, Geoffrey of Monmouth based his story. He was the one who introduced Merlin to the Arthurian legend. Mm-hmm. But he took them from stories of a real 5th century bard named Myrddin, which is Myrdddin in Welsh. But when he changed the name to Merlin because he was writing for a primarily French-speaking audience, and so Myrddin sounds more like shit. It sounds like merde. So it would have been like the stories of Shitty the Wizard. And so he changed it to Merlin.
Honestly, it still works.
Yeah.
That is a fun story, Skid, but as we all know, Merlin was a real person. So that's
right.
And he really did magic. Okay.
That's right.
Welcome
and
in,
he
Paula
had a
Deming.
talking owl named Archimedes. Hello, everyone. My name is Paula Deming, and I have a dream. Honestly, I own 3 cats, and I don't know why I haven't done this dream yet, but I want to have a cat named Archimedes at some point because of the owl in The Sword and the Stone.
It's a great name.
Disney
I used to mix up in my head the name of Archimedes, the owl from The Sword and the Stone, and the cat. Is it Gargamel? Is that the cat in He-Man?
That's the bad guy from...
Archimedes and Azrael. Yeah, I used to mix up. Who's Gargamel?
Gargamel is Azrael's owner. The evil wizard who is obsessed with eating and or using Smurfs as alchemical agents.
Wow.
The cat was the Smurf thing?
Was that the plot line? I was too young for that. I remember its existence. I don't know any of the lore behind it.
Was that the plot point?
Depending on what was happening in the show, he either wanted to use them to cast magic spells or to just eat them.
Oh, okay. I don't
nice.
remember that.
I mean,
remember that one
sounds so inefficient.
Noura Ibrahim is here.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hello.
Lucky us.
I have no fun facts.
Now, don't sell yourself short. I'm sure that you have something
Any fun lies?
Any fun lies? Here's a lie.
Here's a lie.
Any fun, spurious misconceptions, perhaps?
The whole thing with wizards using wands. It was never a wand. Do you know what it first was?
What?
I'm scared to find out.
No, do you know what it first was?
No.
What?
They were just swinging cattails around. Somebody it was an old lady that they're like, oh, she's evil. And she must be evil because she's swinging cats by their tails.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
That's how it happened.
And then over time it evolves.
You know?
Into a wand.
A wand.
Because, the spoken
you said this wasn't true.
Versus written... None of this is true. No.
You said this was a fun lie.
Horrible. It's a fun lie. Not a fun lie.
So no one was swinging any cats by their tail.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm literally looking around my table of like, what am I? Oh, here is an actual fun fact. The pink. In the last episode where Sofina was talking about the pink warthogs, it was pink in colors because I'm like literally looking around going, what do I talk about? What do I talk about?
Don't let them behind the curtain, Noura.
It's because this was sitting right in front of me.
Yes.
And that's how that happened.
So Noura needed a visual prompt to remind her
I
of the
needed
color
a visual
pink.
prompt, and I remembered that because of the cat.
Oh,
Yeah.
cat on screen.
If anybody hurts my baby, they're nobody's swinging cats around. Not in my house.
Yeah,
not
stay
in
away
my
from them
watch.
5th century witches.
Don't let those wizards in.
Last but not least, we have a fairly common face on the Glass Cannon Network, Joe O'Brien.
Too common. Yeah. What's
All
up,
too
everybody?
Hi, Joe.
Yeah, all too common. Very happy to be back. Excited to play Pendragon. Set off on a new adventure.
Maybe.
Setting off on a
Yes.
new adventure. Yes. Maybe. Get the hell out of here.
Well, I don't know.
You teased us last time.
I'm just
and now
saying, I did
I'm ready
tease
to
you. But
dive in.
the fun thing about starting a new campaign, particularly with something like Pendragon, is that if you're writing stuff yourself to begin with, it's the first sort of adventure you need to put a lot of work in, and then these story threads start to come out. Even just from stuff like the winter phase that we did has given me so many things to sort of just pull in, and you get to a point where not to diminish the extremely important and harrowing role of a game master, but you'll get to a point where these stories are sort of writing themselves. You're like, well, what needs to happen in the next thing? It's like, well, each knight has to do this particular thing that they've sort of set up for that we've got, and it's really cool. And some of the things that have come up that we've sort of hinted at some of our players wanting to do have prompted me to look into some of the mechanics that are in upcoming Pendragon titles.
We didn't even
so
tee that up on purpose. It just happened.
I know. I was just like, I wonder if. And then I looked up and I went looking through the Pendragon
What an
Game
organic
Master's
ad placement,
Handbook.
Ryan.
You're getting so good at this.
I did. I went through the Pendragon Game Master Handbook, which I believe at time of airing should be available, if not right now, then within a couple of days on chaosium.com.
Yeah.
You can use the code PENCANNON2 to get 15% off it and any other Pendragon or RuneQuest product that you want to get. And let me just look, it's probably not going to come up, but when I'm not joking with it, when I was looking through the Pendragon Game Master Handbook for some rules for this various things, I came across the rules for cucking. And
Oh my
there's a lot of
God.
stuff that can
Incredible.
happen.
Incredible.
Let me just say, you don't
Wow.
want to get cucked. It's bad mechanically. Like, okay.
It's not good for you.
Wow.
Yeah, and also doing cucking is bad mechanically. Everyone's like, oh, there's that guy who broke someone else's vows, and then everyone's like, but there's the real sucker who let
I guess
it happen.
that's why,
Wow.
like with Lancelot and Guinevere and Arthur, like that's a mess all around. You know what
You
I'm
don't
saying?
want to
There's
end
also-
up like King Mark of Cornwall in the Tristan and Isolde.
Of course.
Wow.
There you
Hello.
go.
Who could forget?
Exactly. Thank
could
you,
forget?
Stan.
Exactly that.
Say what we're
Somebody
We all
finally
know.
said it.
Yeah, the Pam and Jim of
Exactly. You don't want to be the
Right.
sound guy and Pam and Jim, you know, but nothing happened. Nothing happened, guys. Nothing happened.
Yeah. Anyway, so we can all look forward to that. And there are actually, I will shout them out as we play, but there are some other mechanics as well that are happening. So are we all ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
so.
Let's do it.
All right. Hark! Gather now and hear the tale of a son not of woman born, upon the land of a vassal whose love for the all gods would sway him. Hear now of the knights who seek the truth through wit and through will and through devotion. Hear now those knights and how they would fare when confronted with the spawn of their past. Hear now what became of them. This is Pendragon, Under an Iron Sky.
What a great intro.
Great job.
That was great.
The widowed Lady Gwynhilt has presided solely over her husband's empty household for close to a year. She will soon retire her mourning dress. Having returned with her at the behest of their liege Lord Robert, our knights have spent much of this previous year doing their chivalrous duty and assisting in the restoration of Lady Gwynhilt's lands and people. Or so we hope. So I'd like to take a moment here and say, you know that that's what you've been requested to do by Lord Robert over this past year. And I'm going to go around the table and ask each of you, maybe just pick one thing that you think you probably would have been very very eager or particularly well suited to helping with, regardless of whether or not you think personally that is something that needs to be done. So for some examples, we do know that Eggerslick, the Saxon, did leave quite a bit of damage. Many people fled the village, so a lot of the houses were empty, and we need those houses to be full of tenants so that people can till the farms and things like that. And then there's the rumours, there's the tree with all the corpses on it. Broader things, there's Lady Gwynhild's demeanour, given, the very harrowing experience she went through, and plus a number of other things, I'm sure. So, I don't want to put the pressure on anyone to go first, but Paula Deming.
I'm ready.
What was Dame Fiona Spearmaiden? What do you think she was most involved in?
Spearmaiden!
I feel like, look, honestly, not actually knowing a whole lot about what it really means to be truly pagan here, but it feels like dead bodies hanging from a tree feels like an affront to anyone spiritually. And I'm 18 spiritual, so I think that's the first thing. It's like, let's deal with these bodies, let's do some rites, some funeral rites maybe over them. Let's see if we can restore, maybe something needs to happen to this tree. Can the tree stay? Does the tree need to come down because it's been tainted by these dead bodies hanging in it? I don't know, but I think maybe I'm dealing with that.
That would be up to you. So, you can certainly, you help with probably the help of some of your fellow knights and some of the newly recruited members of the household that return or perhaps new to the village of the town of Montacute, the area of Montacute. Over the course of the year, they would help you, identify bodies, make sure they get the appropriate burials depending on their beliefs. But in terms of this tree, if everyone remembers, it's right out the front of the hall. So it's definitely, for those of you who have seen, the tree of corpses, you would be reminded of it every day, every time you go in and out of the hall. Now, there's also another way to look at it, that, this is a reminder of something that did happen, and to remove it and bury it would be, unpleasant. So I'm going to have a look at your traits, Dame Safina. Obviously,
Fiona.
there is a spiritual... Pardon me, oh my God.
It's
Dame
our
Fiona.
fault for naming ourselves this way. I don't know why. Because I did it all last time. I called myself Safina.
I finally stopped doing it with Caradoc and Queen, and now I'll start doing it with Fiona and Safina.
Right, you gotta...
so have a look at your traits. So obviously spiritual is a big... there's definitely a pagan belief. All these people were murdered in an unpleasant fashion, and if you believe, as some believe, that if you leave this world in a violent and unpleasant fashion, that your spirit could linger behind, and this tree could be tethering you to this world. The tree could be haunted. So there's definitely a very, very long call. So if you, for instance, if that's something you would do, you'd say roll against your spiritual, and if you pass, then you would probably order the removal of the tree.
Interesting.
Yeah. And your spiritual is 18, I believe?
18, yeah, and I rolled a 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So the tree is removed unless any of the player knights feel strongly otherwise, and maybe we could have a little powwow with that. No one cares. That's fine.
Everyone's fine with removing the tree.
I'm looking at mine. I'm more spiritual than worldly, so I think that he'd probably take some, at least cautionary belief that Dame Fiona is right in her estimation that this is haunted, and just cut it down.
Yeah.
Perhaps also we give the lady here, Lady Montacute, a chance at a new start. If this isn't here reminding her of the past.
You could plant a new tree in its place.
Yes, and maybe she'll be better herself, and we will not risk the eternal tethering to this plane of those who died here.
Perhaps a tree that grows straight up. No branches in which to hang people.
Just a
I like what you're thinking, Safina.
A single thing of bamboo. Just replace it with one.
And a renewable resource.
Sustainability. That is
important. Start it now.
Pandas of Montecute will be very happy with
That's
the
right. Finally sustain our panda zoo.
Yes.
I think Sir Caradoc would propose crafting a single lance from the felled tree, a lance of peace.
That's pretty cool.
That he would like to bear himself.
Nice.
In combat. He would like the honor of bearing it himself, but he would like to craft this like a long lance out of the remnants of the tree.
That's really cool. There is no crafting skill, so we can just say that's something that you just do in your downtime over the course of a year. Like I paint my Warhammer miniatures. You you sand down the lance every night.
Caradoc makes lances. He's really tall, so he should be able to do it.
Yeah, that's cool. So Dame Safina got at that time. What do you think you would be doing
in order to replenish
help reestablish yeah, exactly.
I think Dame Safina, with her having the highest points in being valorous and spiritual and takes great pride and honor in her role as a knight, would ensure that the youth of this land would be sort of kind of indoctrinated into the same sort of pride in protection of your people and to be skillful and to be ready in case the lands come under attack in the future. And so she would make sure that all of the youth are enrolled in some sort of like little, even if it's not full-time, some sort of camp where they're like honing skills in archery and encouraging them to be part of the community.
Yeah, that's very good.
You're setting up a summer camp.
I know. Thank you.
I'm going to say just make a homage roll.
Homage roll.
Homage to, because this is something that is it's part of the I think that is probably the most suited to what you're saying. It's so
I have to roll under this.
Yes, if you get one. What is the target number?
It's an 18.
Oh, okay.
And I rolled a 3.
Yeah.
Okay. We're all good. Yeah. So that's something that comes along really well. And how do the other knights feel about this sort of little training up the peasants so that they feel, even if it's not really 100%, you could actually win in a fight. It's probably something that at least instills with them some confidence and morale.
Yeah. It might help encourage more of them to move back, which we do need. Yeah. Because we need their rent.
Also.
Yeah.
So that. Yeah.
You don't want
establishing levies to reinstill some kind of confidence in their safety would probably be a good idea. I think it's also like, I believe it was Robert de Boron in his interpretations of the work really emphasized the idea of one of the duties of Christian knights being to convert anyone who isn't a Christian. And so I think that Sir Caradoc, he's not particularly spiritual, but I think he would still this would still be important to him. Is even anyone in close to us that might have similar sort of pagan leanings, he would still kind of make an effort to make sure that they see the glory and the power of Christ. Yeah.
Anyway, back to Brienne Holland and his interpretation of the work. Joe. Sequegan. What did Sequegan, the very obviously deeply modest and selfless man that Sequegan is?
Oh, yeah.
I'm being sarcastic. Actually, I don't know what his proud to modest is, but we know that he's deeply
He is
selfish.
Modest.
Oh, is he?
He is modest. I think he has an awareness of his own
please, I'm not that
shortcomings.
selfish. No.
Yeah. I think he's well aware of his own shortcomings, but actually, I believe he lost a point in that and moved a little bit toward proud.
I just want to take a moment to apologize to everybody during the winter phase, because I think Sequegan went first with his little side quest, which was to get new clothes. And I now deeply regret that we didn't properly milk that and do a little roleplay scene of you going into the tailor to get clothes.
Yes.
So I'm not going to make that mistake again. Anyway, that was a good
Anyway, montage of trying on hats.
Yeah. Pretty woman playing in the
walking out
background.
of the first store that snubbed him. Big mistake. Huge.
What a wasted
Sir Quegan-
opportunity.
Sir Quegan doing.
I think Sir Quegan is going to try to help the Lady Montacute with her grief.
Sincerely? Or?
I think it's much more important to all of the people of her lands that she gets a new beginning, as Fiona so eloquently said, and feels refreshed and renewed. And so, he's making sure that she is happy and finding her laugh again and such things.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to make this a roll. You can choose. Do you want this to be this is protracted to represent, you might not have done just this one thing, but perhaps this thing was the thing that you focused on more than the other things.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to make a courtesy or a flirting roll?
Oh.
And you can of course use a passion to bolster this, if so.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to. I think I'll do.
I should point out that for a situation like this, when interacting with a noble, you do get a bonus of +2 to both flirting and courtesy because of your really nice clothing that you bought.
Hey! So the money was So I'll say courtesy rather than flirting. I don't think that he's a flirt, nor do I think that he's particularly interested in gaining her genuine affections. I think he's really just trying to show that he is a stable and trustworthy option to, run a household and to hold a very important station. And so, he's trying to show the utmost courtesy, nobility, So, you know what? I think what I'll do is, based on that, how about I'll invoke my passion for my station?
Sure.
Is that a thing I can do?
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
He feels as if, he is a knight that comes from a very honorable family and who have accumulated a lot of glory, and I think he's going to utilize that passion. So he will attempt that and fail with a 17 over 15.
Wow.
Okay.
Well,
so,
shit.
You go into a passion crisis now. This happened to Dame
This
Sophina.
happened to I think
Fiona.
it happened to
Dame
me.
Fiona. Fuck.
Yeah.
So let me just get my thing. And I know the first thing that happens is that you'll be at -5 to everything until you are no longer sad.
Jesus.
Just get over it. Just choose to be happy, Joe.
But Joe, you need to explain. So
Come on.
you tried to draw on your passion for your station, and it failed, and you became sad over it. So if you want to vamp about how you're interpreting that, your character,
Yeah,
while I just
I think-
quickly glance over these
Definitely.
rules and tell you what can happen.
I think that in short order, his attempts, not to say that they failed, because that roll hasn't happened yet, but I believe it's become very obvious to him, as close as it may seem between knights and nobles, he's becoming aware of the true gap, right? Like this massive leap that it would require to move from his station as a knight to being essentially a lord of this land would be, he's starting to get depressed that it's never going to happen. We're talking about over a year of time, so months and months of this and no movement, no positive movement in the right direction, and he's starting to get in the dreaded friend zone. And it's like, I may never escape. I may never escape.
Okay, so can you just make another roll against that passion? Because this will determine if it's just regular melancholy or something worse or something better.
Or something better. Oh my God.
What's the
Another
roll?
natural 17.
You failed.
Again.
Joe.
Oh, okay.
No.
Jesus.
So
Come
failure
on!
on this one is actually this is actually the best thing. So if you'd crit, you would have gone into madness.
Oh
which is worse.
Oh, wow.
If you'd succeeded, you would have had the melancholy, as discussed. If you'd fumbled, you would have lost points from the passion. With failure, you're just like, you just don't really. You're just not feeling it. You're just really not feeling it. You're a bit sad about it. You don't get the negative modifier though. You are not sad.
Okay, so this is a good thing.
You're not in melancholy. Good. You just completely fail to draw upon it.
I see why this is good. If you look to like Pathfinder First Edition, this is like confirming a fumble. It's like
confirming
you failed the roll, but it was so unlikely to fail that you need to fail it a second time, or you have to basically succeed at it to make it bad, right? Like,
yes,
interesting.
So now make your courtesy roll.
All right, so now I'll make my courtesy roll.
Just don't tick your passion box either. Oh, by the way, everyone who's succeeded a roll so far, don't forget to tick the box.
We do tick. Okay, I did.
That's right. Yeah. Thank you for the reminder.
9 under 10.
Oh,
nice. Okay. Well, that's good. So she over the course of the year, she wouldn't necessarily warm to you because that's not something a noble would do.
Right.
But she does. You do spend. She's definitely quote unquote closer with you than any other nights, and she's shared things with you. That she has trouble sleeping sometimes. She's definitely in a deep melancholy. She's shared with you interesting tidbits that you might be interested in, like she's really worried about what will happen to their vast fortune because she has no children to inherit it. What will happen when she dies.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
What will happen to that vast fortune?
I know. Yes, and the land holdings and everything. Yeah, it's just terrible.
Sequegan.
Anyway, keeping all that.
Sequegan.
Oh.
It seems like...
Where did you come from?
Just because I'm here sometimes,
This camera just pans to the side and she's watching.
I'm just like sitting.
Shouldn't you be out hacking down a tree?
Well, I was just going to say I've noticed that the lady of the house sure seems to pay you a lot of attention.
Well, I'm trying as best I know how to get her past this dark and troublesome time.
It seems so selfless of you.
Selfless? I don't understand. I mean, obviously, if the lady warms to me, I stand to benefit greatly.
Oh,
wow.
Right. Well, now I see. I understand. As you were, I suppose. I'm going to go. She picks up a big axe. Going to go continue to chop down a tree.
His honest and deceitful is 10-10, like right down the middle.
Funny.
So I'm just like I mean, I think it's pretty obvious what's going on here.
So you're being honest about your selfishness?
Yeah, I think so.
So go ahead, just tick the honesty box because you are being honest.
I love it.
And then out of the corner from the back, you see...
tick honesty, you said.
Behind a potted plant, you see the potted plant entirely getting picked up and moved over. And Sofina has been behind it the entire time.
Snake!
Would your motives behind this are purely selfish, are they? Or do you actually care for Lady Gwynhelt on some... Do you have some level of empathy?
No, I don't care for Lady Gwynhelt on any level.
Okay.
In fact, I despise her.
Oh, okay. Oh, would you like to form a new passion of hatred for her? Let's put that down there.
I mean, really, I'll
draw
really
my hatred for her to help me manipulate her as a passion.
It sounds like it.
I do think. Oh, wait, did you say a new passion?
No. I'm saying we can think about that. No.
We can.
We can.
Well,
yeah.
I do think it's important. I really do. This is important to me in the story that this is the driving force. Is like, remember, she is responsible for the murders of so many knights and people I knew. And so there's no way this could ever, amount to genuine love. Right, Paula?
I don't know. I've seen a lot of rom-coms where people
Paula
change.
wants it to be a rom-com.
Feelings change. And then as soon as you fall in love with her, she's going to find out that you were just doing this for the power. And then you're like, no, it started that way. But now I really love you.
And then she could be like, but I can change him.
Not to spend too much time on this, but how would you describe your, Sequegan's hatred of Lady Gwynhelt? And
I would describe it. Yeah. I would describe it as he knows that she needs to be called. There's part of him that the just part of him believes she needs to be stripped of this entire land, and that it should just be given to Lord Robert to dispense as he would see fit, because she essentially turned on her own lord and his retinue of knights. But when that did not occur, which was not of his doing, he felt like there was an opportunity there. And I mean, my highest stat is selfishness. So I'm trying to like.
No, it's good.
I think he has to be like do something selfish, and I'm like, I think the most selfish thing he could do is find a way to make money off of her, and not feel bad about deceiving her. And he doesn't even really have to deceive her. You know, like if it really comes right down to it, I think he's going to eventually not like force her, but just be like, you know that this is the best option for both of us. You know, and I won't bother you. You don't bother me, and we'll make it look good for everybody else. I just feel like that is pretty legitimate.
Could you roll a d6 for me?
As requested, 5.
Okay, so your hatred passion will start at 11.
Oh my god!
Add that to your character sheet in the correct section, because there are 4 classes. I can't remember off the top of my head where hatred. Where's your hatred?
It's in fervor.
Under
fervor.
Fervor. Yeah. So add it.
Adoratio.
So I have hate Lady Gwynhilt 11.
Yes.
Wow. 5 more points, and you can be Sir
Everyone
Quegan,
knows.
the wife hater.
The widow hater. Sir Quegan, widow hater.
Yeah. Okay, Sir Quegan, geez, he hates his wife.
Really?
Famously hates his wife.
He's working it into his tight 5. You know, it's really
exactly right. Yeah, exactly.
Take my wife,
all
please.
All these jokes. Yeah.
Back then, nobody's heard that joke yet.
That's right. It's a brand new field of comedy.
That's great.
You know that new joke you're looking for? Well, listen to this.
That was a.
It's your cousin Quegan.
Oh, I'm done. Good night, everybody.
On that note, Sir Caradoc. Conversely,
gosh.
what was Sir Caradoc doing this past year? I know that he did help with the Christian leanings toward the little summer camp that Dame Safina had put together.
Yeah, I think he's going to be like, he's going to do some youth pastoring.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess, I don't know. I guess maybe he's just helping out with the peasantry. In addition to fashioning this new weapon, he is going to, just looking at like his skills, like his highest skill, non-combat skill, is courtesy. So, maybe he's just teaching like
he's
etiquette,
trying to attract nobles back to the town. Like, hey, come for hangouts and stuff. It's good. Yeah.
Maybe nice. He's like composing missives to surrounding nobles in flowery language to try to attract them. Well,
you do have a compose skill too, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you write poems about how awesome this place is now, and how man, we really turned this place around.
Yeah,
it's like a Yelp review.
Exactly,
like a Yelp review.
Yeah,
under new management. Yeah. So, do you want to make a compose roll?
Yeah.
Try that. Is there a passion you would like to draw upon? It's okay if not.
Yeah, I can call upon my compassion, homage to my lord. Could I do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's legit. It's exactly what you're doing, right?
Still considered to be. Is our lord still technically Robert or Salisbury, or is it now?
He is still your liege lord. Yeah, you're here because he's like, hey, you need to go help. Make sure that my foothold there is still being taken care of because Lord Philbert is dead.
Okay, so how does this work again? So do I roll against that first?
You've got to roll. Yeah, so roll against your passion first, which is what number? 15. Okay, sure.
5.
Okay, so you pass. So you were inspired. So now you get +5 to your pose roll when you truly are inspired by your homage to Robert or maybe to his lady mother.
His mother.
While you are writing these letters.
I love her so much, but I got a natural 20.
A natural 20 on the compose roll. Oh, so you fumble it.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay, so I think maybe the fumble might be. Remember how I said just a moment ago? It just hit 15. If you remember a moment ago, I said you might be inspired by Lord Robert or his lady mother. Mm-hmm. So maybe you are a bit too inspired by his lady mother, and you mentioned maybe you like I don't know. You're trying to attract people to come and visit, and you are comparing the sunsets here to the blush of her cheeks or something that makes it very sort of obvious. You're like, this is did you get this letter from Caradoc? This is weird, right?
Yeah.
Erotic.
Did you feel the need to mention her ample bosom?
Yeah,
exactly. Like, give us a couple of lines of this.
You're on my
borderline
eyes with thighs like 4 times in these couplets. I don't.
So give us a couple of lines of this inappropriate letter that you sent to all the nobles in the nearby.
Come to gaze upon my lady's eyes and caress her milky smooth thighs.
Okay.
Come to our court to make a name. And maybe you can make out with our lady dame.
Well done. It's weird that it rhymed. Why do you have to make this letter? Anyway, it's
nothing sexier than rhyming couplets.
I know, you unfortunately did not. Okay. So let me just make a note.
So funny.
Insulted nearby nobles.
Yes.
Although I'm sure there's one that's like, hey now. Like, okay.
We'll probably get some real weirdos.
Indeed.
I got your note.
About the thighs. Where do we collect that silky smooth skin? Anyway, we're here to play the grim, gritty Pendragon.
That's right.
That I'm very serious about. Okay,
well,
so
your Pendragon may vary, and yours might be filled with bad poetry and Yelp reviews.
Your personal Pendragon is different to my personal Pendragon, despite the fact we are playing the same game of Pendragon. But that's okay. This is great. Everyone's having a fun time. It is on a spring afternoon when the word of the mystery first came to the halls of Montacute. A bedraggled man, brown hair matted with sweat, comes running up the road from the forest. Well out of breath, he comes before the hall, leaning heavily on his knees. He calls out for any and all to hear, "Help! I pray in the name of our Lord Robert and the one true God, help! Help I must have!" If anyone is particularly lazy or energetic, please let me know.
Nope.
I
am. Well, is particularly 12?
More so. Well, it's around then. If you can sort of just decide what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'd roll energetic.
Yeah, cool. Make an energetic roll. Sequegan.
Yeah.
6 under 12.
Yeah, cool. You're straight out of the hall.
Yeah, I think he's kind of
probably first on the
scene. Bored, right? He's just like been closed up for so long, and I think that he rushes out to this.
The other role anyone could make if they are particularly spiritual or worldly, because he's literally asked people to come out in the name of the one true God, and you'll either be like, "Oh, I must go," or "Geez, what's this guy banging on?"
One true God.
Yeah, I know.
I think he means Mother Gaia.
Oh no.
Okay.
I don't know. I rolled. I was 18 over my 17 spiritual. So.
Oh, okay. Can you then please roll against your worldly?
Okay, worldly is a 3. And I rolled.
Oh.
What?
Wow.
What'd you say?
You succeeded at the worldly.
Oh, no. My worldly's a 3, so I rolled a 17 over.
I thought you rolled a 3.
Oh, okay. Then neither one succeeded. You can act how you would like.
Interesting.
Okay. He did mention Lord Robert, so upon hearing that and her passion towards her fealty, I think she would probably, ears would perk up. She'd hear him out.
Sure, but it is indeed Sequegan who is first on the scene, followed not far behind, I assume, by the rest of our player knights, unless anyone is deciding to succeed on their lazy roll. Yes, he's there, and soon the space before the halls is dotted with the other villagers, all weary but curious to hear what the man has to say. And he's sitting there, and he's leaning on his knees, and he's out of breath, and he's dripping with sweat. Sequegan, you are the first there, and the other knights are witnessing.
I think he just comes outside and is immediately like, "What is the meaning of this? Who are you?"
Man is, as I said, dripping with sweat and out of breath. He goes, My name My name is Joseph, and I come to you from the village in Modron's forest. I come in the name of the Christian God. And he puts his hands together, and he walks towards you, Sir Queegan, as the first, you look very noble in your clothing, because you're a knight, and...
He doesn't seem to be armed at all, right? Like,
no,
there's no
not
way
at all.
He's
a peasant. He's definitely
truly a peasant. Yeah.
Yeah. He says, I come to you in the name of the Christian God, sir. For Lord Idwalan has lost all sense. And he puts his hands on your shoulders and looks you in the eye. Yeah, I know, which is unpleasant.
Oh, that won't do.
It's not good. And he says, sir, he aims to murder a child.
Lower your voice. Come inside the hall. Quickly, come. And he'll usher him into the hall, like inside, so that he's not spouting this shit outside, where maybe other people can hear.
Sure. I will also have everybody make an intrigue roll.
Intrigue. Awesome.
Intrigue. I cannot believe I passed that.
Oh, okay. So Dame Fiona. Passed.
2 under 5.
Oh, well done.
Oh,
Make sure you check the box. Check the box.
I got a
Caradoc?
12 over 9, sadly.
Oh, okay. So you failed. So Queegan. So Caradoc, how'd you go?
I got a 9. My intrigue is 9, and I rolled a 9.
Oh, you did crit.
Crit.
Yeah.
Crit. All right. We'll make a note of that.
Okay, way to
You definitely
steal
get
my
to check the
thunder
box.
skin.
You need to check the box. And Dame Safina.
I rolled a 1 under 15.
Hey.
Wow.
So
I
you
remember
passed as
you.
well.
I remember you having a ridiculous intrigue.
Yeah, and
That's
then when
right.
we did upkeep and I reroll, I got to up the intrigue again,
Nice.
which was cool.
Wow.
So, all three of you, well, sorry, not Sir Queegan, everyone but Sir Queegan, knows that Lord Idwalan is a minor lord under Robert, who is your liege lord, the 12-year-old, now 13. And Lord Idwalan, in theory, should also pay homage to the late Lord Filbert, because he's a landholder underneath Lord Filbert. Lord Filbert is Lady Gwenhild's former husband. So that's who he is. You also know that he is a pagan.
Interesting.
Sorry, not Lord. Sir Caradoc. You also know that Lord Idwalan was one of the few people to respond to the letter that you sent.
Oh no!
Yeah,
He's a pervert. Don't let him in.
and he was very jovial. He said, "I'm very excited to once again see your many halls, and I'd love to have you over here too." You have also heard, because after that letter, you're like, "Oh shit!" Someone actually replied. You've heard that he is he's very charismatic, and many of the ladies believe that he's quite a good-looking man. He's quite a handsome man. So that's some additional information you have from your crit. Your
Okay.
success.
Awesome.
But Sir Queegan has asked that Joseph to be brought inside to the hall.
Yeah, he'll usher him in, close the door behind him.
In front of the other knights, locking them outside. Or...
The other night, are you guys all outside?
We'll come in, follow inside.
Just
Yeah.
keeping the rabble outside, the various villages.
Yes.
The one guy who failed the intrigue roll will do the interrogation.
No, we'll go in. Once we're inside, I think Dame Fiona would be like, "I'm sorry, did you say he wants to kill a child? What, is he making some sort of ritual sacrifice?"
No, that would make sense.
No,
That
we
makes
don't.
sense. for his backwards thinking religions, but this is even worse.
Well,
I can't. And he looks at Sir Queegan, because you were the first one. He looks right at you, which again is not cool for a peasant to be doing. He should be speaking with you eyes downcast.
I smack him across the face with the back.
Thank you, sir, for reminding me of my
You
place.
keep your eyes on the floor.
Okay, yeah,
Jeez
cool. I'm sorry.
Louise.
Rude.
I'm sorry. The father of the would-be murdered child. The father, he claims his wife and child have been disappeared by the fair folk, and has convinced Lord Idwalan to do away with what he claims they have left behind. I came as fast as I could, for I know Lord Idwallan would have no right to murder an innocent, not without the word of the widow Montacute. I will ask you all to make a folklore roll.
Ooh, I was gonna say, it sounds like a changeling kind of situation.
Wait,
like
so
this.
the guy says, my wife and son have been kidnapped, but his son is there. But he says, this is not my son. It's
a changeling situation, yeah, like they've been stolen and replaced by a fey creature in disguise.
So how is that?
It's so funny.
Roll?
We were doing skills, and I was like, folklore. I will never have to roll that once. I'll put a 0 in that. No.
Okay.
I need luck points to spend. Brian, can you go back to the developer? I'd like some luck points, please.
No, that's not a thing. You've got passions. You need to be sad about it. That's it.
I failed. 12 over 6.
Quigan failed. Dame Safina.
I passed. I rolled a 4 under 11.
Ooh.
Oh, well done. Click the box.
Yes.
So
Boxes are clicked.
I crit again. I have a 9. I rolled a 9. Yeah.
Oh my
Nice. You're on a roll.
Check the box.
Chain and 9s.
And Dame Fiona, I assume you failed by the sound
A
of things.
6 over 5. So close.
Okay.
So close.
All right. Okay, that is very close. All right, so...
See, just one luck point would have just solved that right
So
up.
Caradoc and Dame Safina, Joseph is describing the actions of fairies. Mystical creatures that supposedly steal children and replace them with fake, yet identical children, often called changelings. So Caradoc, you know that there are a number of ways you can test to see if a child is a changeling or not. One such way is to cut the child open and see if it is full of straw or blood. And if the child is full of blood, then you'll know that the Lord God will have taken this child into his arms. There are some other ways which might come up later that I'm not going to get into right now.
Okay.
So our
That's your
standard
critical
how we
success.
treat
So you're
witches.
saying you know some things. And feel free, if you Skidmar happen to know some other ways that you could test, you can bring them up as legitimate ways of testing the child as well.
It's funny. I just watched a movie that involves a changeling.
Was it the Angelina Jolie one?
No. Oh God, I can't remember the name, but I don't want to
It's like an
spoil
Irish
it
fairy
because
film?
like the movie tricks you into thinking it's about something completely mundane.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
so I don't want to
I
spoil
like
the
that.
movie,
Yeah,
but
so now you
but
can't
yeah.
tell me what movie it is. I have to wait. till I come
Maybe
across
I'll tell you
naturally.
later, but like
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
really good. But there's a changeling like at the end of it, so
Yeah, cool,
but
cool.
yes.
There's
So
a
yes.
potential method deep in glass cannon lore, which came from the need to identify a doppelganger versus its actual one. And do doppelgangers, I believe, canonically have particularly soft stomachs or something like that.
They're resistant to bludgeoning damage.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay.
So the
Right, and
method is to punch them really hard in the stomach.
And if they actually are extremely hurt, you know it's not a
You know it's not a.
Sounds
So,
right.
yeah, in our game, we were just walking up to townsfolk and just slugging them as hard as we could in the stomach. And if they crumpled to the ground in pain, we were like, he's good. He's good.
That reminds me, there's literally like an Onion article. The Onion article was like, study finds 65% of Americans not prepared for sucker punch to the gut. Like,
No, wait, not prepared for what?
a sucker punch to the gut. Like literally what you just described. Yeah, anyway, it's very funny.
That's so good.
Anyway, he's just said this. You guys, so Dame
I've never
Fiona-
heard of such a thing. What,
Yeah.
what are you blabbering about?
Now hold on, because I've heard of this before. There
Keeping his eyes down.
has been folklore about fairies, and that if something is returned to you, it's not quite who they were. It's a changeling that comes in their place.
Changeling.
Yes, that is the nonsense that
But
Lord
of course,
Edwan is
that's
inciting.
that's pagan rubbish.
Well,
Pagan balderdash.
Just more excuses for them to murder
Pagan
innocent children.
shenanigans.
we're not just going around murdering innocent children, only the changelings. What do you think has happened here, Joseph?
I think that this man just is, now that he has no wife, he does not want to care for the child, and he just wants the child done away with.
Typical.
I think he has fashioned a story so that Lord Idwallan and his backwards ideas will triumph, and the child will be murdered, and this man will be free once again to do as he wants, as a dreaded single bachelor.
Well, what happened to his wife? Do you know her?
He said she was disappeared by the fairies. Nonsense. It's nonsense.
Well,
do you know them, Joseph? Do you know them to... Do they often fight? Is she
I don't busy myself with those pagan people. I'm saving money to move my family to a true Christian household like like this one, I suppose. It's
yes.
Good.
Well, you'll have to save up a great deal.
Hold your horses there.
Well, I don't like this guy.
You don't like Joseph?
I don't like Joseph.
The groveling peasant. You're not a fan.
He keeps insulting my religion. We're not backwards. We're not... Ugh.
Is there a role for us to kind of like suss him out? Like, is he telling the truth? I guess in Call of Cthulhu would be like a psych roll. Like, what's the equivalent?
Yeah. No, there isn't really in Pendragon. There's intrigue, but that's more of like a broad thing. It's much more sort of
I guess
just like there's no intelligence stat. It's supposed to be you as the player.
We can maybe do a trusting or suspicious. Like
you could definitely do that. Yeah. That wouldn't necessarily determine if he is lying or not.
Right, but whether we
believe him. Yeah. So
whether we believe
any of you are particularly high trusting or suspicious, or if you would like to roll, you can.
Mine is 10 and 10, so I'm excited. This would be fun for me.
Do you want to just roll?
Yeah.
What do you want to roll against first?
I want to roll against. I was going to roll against trusting, and I rolled higher, so I don't trust him.
So you fail. So now roll against suspicious.
Suspicion.
See if you
okay.
Succeed.
They're both 10 and 10.
Yeah.
I succeed on the suspicious.
Okay,
I rolled a 2.
Check your suspicious box, and you are suspicious. Dame Safina is suspicious of this guy. The other roll anyone can feel free to make is a just or arbitrary roll, because regardless of whether he's telling the truth or not, if there is a child that's going to be murdered by a neighboring lord, that should only happen if it is, that might be, or you just like, I don't.
If it's all right with you, I'll throw it out to you. I'm not going to roll that because I want to go investigate this immediately, because if this guy is paying rent to Lady Gwynhild, if the Lord is paying rent, he wants to get a handle on this operation, figure out what's going on out there.
He is one of Lady Gwynhild's, or technically Lord Filbert's vassals.
Yeah, so I think he would be motivated to just go out there just to meet the guy and get some sense of what's going on. At this point, he doesn't really care about that particular situation, but he wants to find out.
Anything that could threaten the income stream would be
whether he's telling the truth or not, we should go see what the situation is.
You think I'm not telling the truth? Why would I lie? I've run all this way. Look how sweaty I am.
Well, first of all, you looked... Lower your gaze, first of all. Second of all...
Yes, stop looking at us.
Second of all, you're very ill-mannered, and that's why I don't trust you.
Well, I think having
You could have looked at her, and he points to Fiona. You could have looked at her roughly a year ago, but you've missed your chance.
The opportunity to look at her in the eye.
I rolled an 11 under 12 for my arbitrary, so I think that if the child is a changeling, then what have we to do about it?
You trust the Lord, like Lord Dwellin must have the right of it. He's not a moron, right?
He's not a moron. Just because he's pagan doesn't mean he's an idiot, and sometimes these things happen. So there.
Check your arbitrary box.
Well, Fiona, perhaps you're right, but I believe we should go and find out for ourselves.
Agreed.
I think we should go, speak with him, look at this child, see if we can sniff out a changeling. What do you think, Caradoc?
Yes, think it's proper to go see if there is any truth to this idea that there's a changeling in one of our let's go.
What about Hamlet?
Let's go. It's a local hamlet. Besides, it's been a long winter and I'd like to stretch my legs a bit.
Agreed. I'd like to get on horseback again and get a little break from this place. And he's just thinking, Lady Gwynhild's the worst.
I will go with you and return to my village.
Yes, of course, Joseph.
Yes,
you can show us the way.
All right, and we will travel to Modron's forest.
Awesome.
When we come back from this break.
Watching
the Glass Cannon. Welcome back to Pendragon on the Glass Cannon Network. So Pendragon under an iron sky. You're watching us here on YouTube, or you're perhaps getting us directly into your ear holes, I believe, Joe, right? That's the thing you can do?
That is the thing you can do.
There's an audio-only
Brian.
version?
Yeah, so if you're not already getting us directly into your ear holes and you'd like an audio-only version of the show, we do make a podcast feed of just this show, Pendragon, through our subscription service. So if you go to jointhenaish.com, you can check out and sign up for it there. If you're already a subscriber, Pendragon has its own podcast feed. So you just got to connect it to your smart device and you can... get the Pendragon Under an Iron Sky podcast.
That's right. Plug it in while you're running, while you're driving, traveling places, traveling not unlike our knights are currently traveling.
Yes.
To Modron's Forest. Now, Modron's Forest, I should say, let me see if I wrote this down. It's just to the south of Montacute, essentially. So it's not like some mystical place that you've never heard of, or it's not many days travel. But by the time you get on the road, it is late in the afternoon when you depart astride your horses. Indeed, Modron's Forest lays not far, as I just mentioned, and the village itself is just 10 miles from Lady Gwenhild's halls. The forest itself, however, is cloying, and the late spring warmth departs with the setting sun as the oncoming threat of autumn manifests as a chill wind. Can everyone please make a horsemanship roll?
Horsemanship.
Remind everybody of the names of their horses and their horses' personalities as we do so.
Yes. I gotta get better at stuff.
Yeah.
Sir Quegan is sitting astride Smitty, the warhorse. He is resilient, and he recovers quickly after hard work.
Okay. Well done. Yeah. And did you succeed your horsemanship roll?
I did a 3 under whatever.
Okay. Things are going
10.
very, very well.
3 under 10.
Okay. And Dame Safina. Your horse is unwell, but that's okay.
Yours had a rough year.
Bojack.
Listen, my horse Bojack is just going through some shit, okay? Just leave him. He's acting out. He knocks over things. He's not friendly with the other horses.
He lets other horses loose was the description.
He does. It is literally in the description of what I rolled. Yeah. And now he's being the thorn in my side because I rolled a 15 over 10.
Okay, cool. He just stops and he just starts looking at the side of the, looking mournfully into the forest, and you have to remind him that you're still walking. He's like, "Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, all right, let's keep going."
And I'm like, "No, it's not Miller time. You gotta keep going." No, onward.
Bojack, how did you go on astride Wyvern? Is it
Wyvern? So Wyvern is my war horse. Would we be riding our war horses, or would we be riding our?
For the purposes of this, yeah, because we didn't roll our personalities for our other 7 horses.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
you don't know what you're going out to face either. So probably best you.
Yeah. Right. So he is riding Wyvern, who is fairy touched, a fairy touched horse. So perhaps this is particularly appointed to him.
Just have him sniff.
Could lead us to the. Yeah.
Just have him sniff the kid.
Yeah.
And then 1 paw for yes, 2 for no.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
I don't know, Caradoc. So I rolled a 4 under 10.
Oh, well done. So yeah, everything it's a normal horse ride is happening. And Dame Fiona.
Yeah,
what's your horse's name again?
Argent. Argent is probably feeling some of the energy I have right now, which is that I don't like the way that this Joseph guy was talking about pagans, and I feel like no one's really taking this seriously, and they all think it's dumb, but this could be real, and let's not be insulting to people who think differently from us. Do you know what I mean? And so that kind of energy is coming through.
Yeah.
And so we're having a bit of a tough time. I rolled a 12 over 10, so it's not the best horse ride I've ever been on,
I love the fact, I just love the fact that Fiona is taken aback by the intolerance of Christians in 500 AD.
I know.
For other religions.
Yeah, it's just
we don't have to personally insult me. We can disagree.
What is going on here?
What is this, the crusade?
I don't understand.
What year is it? I'm sorry.
Peacefully.
I'm sorry,
I
isn't
have
he
to
a
bring my
500?
family lineage into this.
You don't have to
Leave my grandmother out of this.
We don't have to agree, but you don't have to like roll your eyes and call us stupid. Look at this guy.
Well, it's funny because like the term pagan implies that you're like a country bumpkin.
Yeah.
Like Pagani is like people of the fields. It's for the Latin for like people from the fields.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Stories of the folk. Not long after sundown, the density of Modron's forest recedes and gives way to the lights of the tiny village nestled within. The homes are modest wood with roofs of browning hay. At the center of the village stands a larger structure, somewhere between a home and a hall, but made with walls and foundations of stone. And from out its chimney bellows a thick torrent of coiling black smoke, its windows like glittering yellow eyes casting light out into the night. No guards stand at the attention before the door, but if there was a place in this village for Lord Idwallan to reside, this is it.
It would be there, yeah.
Also, Joseph says, yeah, I see it right there. Yeah.
Thank you, Joseph.
Everyone please make a spiritual or worldly roll.
Okay. Spiritual.
Rolling first on your one, which is higher, I would say.
Spiritual.
Nice.
And if you fail the first one, you roll against the second.
Sir Quegan succeeded on spiritual.
Okay.
So did Dame Fiona.
Sir Caradoc also succeeded.
As did Sophina.
We're so spiritual.
Everyone take your spiritual.
Yeah.
Dame Fiona, as a pagan, you feel very at home. This feels nice. The vibes here are pleasant. It's like al naturel, like everything's chill, like there's stone and wood and flame. The Christians, you're all a little bit stressed. The vibe's it's a bit off. There's not a single piece of stained glass anywhere to see. You can't see anyone in robes. So it's up to you. It may incur a bit of a suspicious roll if you want. It's up to you. If you want to roll against your suspicious, you may. But if you prefer to think your character might be like, on edge, but not necessarily jumping straight to suspicion, that's cool as well. I should also point out the hall is clearly not big enough for your horses, so you will have to just hobble them outside, which Joseph will show you.
I'll roll suspicious. I feel like that's 3 under 12. I don't like the looks of this, Sophina.
Neither do I. Something doesn't track. I'm going to stay along with, because I rolled a suspicion roll earlier, that she would just be still with the same vibe. Yeah, I don't like it. How am I supposed to feel guilty with all of this nature and where does my deep-seated Christian guilt go? How am I supposed to?
Dame Sophina, exactly. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to feel one,
One with what?
Everything.
That doesn't make sense.
That makes no sense at all.
Well,
we're going to have to hobble our horses.
Okay, we'll hobble our horses, and I bring my horse's face to my face, and I'm like, listen, Bojack, you behave yourself. You behave yourself. Do not brawl with other horses. Do not go tramp eating into any taverns. You stay right here till I get back.
Could you imagine if Bojack released all of our horses while we were inside? We came out all our horses
laughing his ass off. Yeah.
Bojack! Okay.
So, what would you like to do? You're outside the hall. You've hobbled the horses.
Is it appropriate to just
the door of the
go in? Do we need to be introduced, or can we just bust in there?
There's no guards at the front.
Yeah.
So
no, I thought there's more fanfare
push
than
the
this.
door in.
Yes,
Upon entering the hall,
go.
You are struck by the warmth and the scent of hot food and cloves. Before you is a long table that could seat perhaps 12, and against the far wall is the high table, where sits a man with a black beard and lashes so thick one could mistake him for wearing coal. This can only be Lord Idwallan. Behind him stands a tall young man leaning on a spear. Everyone please make a recognize roll.
Recognize.
Also, I'm more lustful than Chase, and I think he's hot.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
He's
Zaddy.
Oh my.
Where's that?
He's pagan too? We won't have any arguments
Your mother would
about.
be so happy.
And he's single.
Recognize rolls.
Right.
Oh, I critted.
Oh,
5.
Nice.
And I have a 5.
I failed.
I failed.
I succeeded.
Okay. So Dame Safina, Dame Fiona, the tall young man leaning on the spear behind Lord Idwallan, he does bear the garb of a warrior, but is clearly no knight, which can only mean he is a mercenary. As for the critical, Dame Fiona, this guy is the stealth hottest guy in the room. Like, everyone is Lord Idwallan, everyone's distracted by him, but actually I reckon it's the mercenary is actually more good looking than these people would give credit, because usually you don't even, it's just a fucking mercenary, I'm not going to look at him, but because you noticed him, you're like, holy shit, that guy, he's a good looking dude. Anyway, so that's he's almost weirdly attractive for a mercenary. He doesn't look like he's been in a lot of fights, so he doesn't have any scars or anything. He's all together.
He must be so skilled that no one can even get a single blow on him. He's...
Somehow
I must know him.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yes.
To Lord Idwallan's right,
I believe in you.
To Lord Idwallan's right sits a young woman of golden hair and great beauty. And to his left sits an ancient man, stooped and littered with beads, clasping desperately to a crooked staff from which hangs bells and strange fetishes you cannot make out from a distance. Dame Fiona Spearmaiden, you will, without any roll, recognize this man to be a druid.
Yes.
Oh.
This is the
Every face in the hall
advisor.
turns to you, because this hall is also full of villagers. By the way, villagers and everyone, they all turn to look at you as you enter. And Lord Idwallan, the man with the black beard, he rises. And whom do I have the honor of welcoming at this hour?
Lord Idwallan, we are sorry to interrupt such jovial times, but we come at the request of one of your peasants. We come with all haste from Lady Gwynhilt's halls. It seems there is... Well, I'm sorry, what'd you say?
One of my peasants, you say?
Yes, a man by the name of Joseph.
Oh, yes.
I am Sir Quegan of Salisbury. I'll let my companions introduce themselves. And he's just like gonna start scanning the room for like suspicious eyes or any other pagans.
There's probably quite a lot. And there's a druid at the high table. Well, you don't know, but that guy definitely clogs the page. There's also a lot of like freshly served food along this, both the long table and the high table. Like just literally just came out. So that's maybe distracting. I'm not sure. There definitely has not been a feast at the halls of Montacute in the time you've been there.
Interesting.
Lord Idwallan, Dame Fiona Spearmaiden, and then I also say something appropriately religious so that they also know that I am a pagan. Like,
Screw Jesus.
What you could easily say is you recognize Dame Fiona. What you could definitely acknowledge is the fact that this is clearly the feast celebrating Ostara. A time to celebrate spring, new beginnings, fertility, and renewal. It is a pagan holiday, as it were, and that's clearly what's
blessed Ostara to you.
Oh, thank you. Same to you.
This guy is awful.
I like him. You hush your mouth.
Oh, I bet you do.
But I like the mercenary.
I love how he's like, oh, thank you. It's amazing.
I am Dame Safina, the fragrant, and she like whips her hair around to waft over her heavenly scent. And yes, may a blessed to you as well.
And who is this tall man with the Roman nose?
Yes, thank you for noticing. I am Sir Caradoc. He looks around for any Saxons. Saxon hater.
The Saxon hater.
Yes, like he spits on the floor, and many people join him in spitting on the floor at the mention of Saxons.
Good.
Test passed.
Well, I'm
not
sure
agree
that
on
whatever
the
business you have
divinity
here,
of Jesus Christ, but we can at least agree that Saxons suck.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to discuss with you whatever it is you would like to discuss, but as you can see, we are just about to feast. Celebrating Ostara this time of the year that celebrates renewal, rebirth, love, pleasantries, and
Sir Queegan looks up at at Dame Sophina. Up at Dame Fiona. Oh God!
And we would happily have you join us, should you wish.
We would be honored, wouldn't we, everyone? We would be honored to join you. Thank you.
I'm looking around. I'm half expecting Boba Fett to come walking out behind him.
Right, no,
Is that the mercenary?
No, Boba Fett.
the mercenary.
Yeah, I mentioned it. Sorry, you also the mercenary is wearing a Mandalorian helmet. Did I?
Okay.
What a strange helm.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Lord Edwal, and we
Of course.
are very hungry and tired from the road.
Everybody, all of my people here, we have guests tonight, and everyone just offers a gentle clap. Please welcome the knights and the dames. The knights, the sirs and the dames from our neighbouring halls of Montacute. And during this time, and please respect our differing beliefs as we come together in unity. And I will remind everybody that all mockery of the Christians and their one God shall be kept to an appropriate minimum. So, everybody, we are now going to feast. Feasting.
Yes.
Feasting is a whole section on feasting in the
gosh, this game
Game
is
Master's Handbook.
Love it.
And there is a whole thing we're going to do. Now, the first thing we got to do is figure out. The first, I've got to think. Everyone make a glory roll. We haven't done this yet. So take your glory, divide it by 1,000, and that is the roll you need to make.
Oh, so basically impossible?
What? Oh, wait.
No, you'll make a really low
100?
number. You round it up, yeah. Divide it by 1,000.
Oh, okay. So you round it up. So I get a 2.
But it would be 3
Correct.
for me.
It'd be a very low number, yes. So make a roll against that.
Oh,
rolling against
it. Okay.
I got a 10 over 3.
Okay, you
boy.
failed. That's okay.
I failed 19 over 3.
Failed.
9 over 2. Failed.
12. I still think my number is wrong, but I got a 12 over 2.
Okay. So this determines your seating, and your seating at the feast is determined whether it's good or not, based on how close you are to the salt.
Yes.
Oh.
You don't want to be too far from the salt. If you're above the salt, like at the high table, that's like the best place to be. So no one succeeded, so no one is closer to the salt. All of you are farther from the salt.
Understood.
Yeah, everything's so bland.
Which is fine. The next step from there is sitting on the floor, which is not great. There's normally no shame in being seated farther from the salt for the average knight or lady. So that is, you're far from the high table. The food is a little colder. The salt is a little coarser, but some would argue one can have much more fun out of the spotlight. Although you might still be in the spotlight to some degree. There's also a little mechanic, say if one of you had succeeded, and that means you would be seated separately to your comrades, you could choose to make a modest roll and willingly seat yourself bad. And you actually get glory for doing that, because everyone's like, oh, look at old mate. He could have sat next to the salt, but he wanted to sit with his buddies. What a nice guy. So that's the first thing.
What
so you're all,
just
dude. Make a note, you are seated farther from the salt.
Okay.
Next thing that's going to happen is we're going to figure out everybody's geniality bonus, because there are various events that happen during a feast where your geniality will come into play. Your geniality is based on your clothing. Everybody's, I've already looked at this, I've already done the math and everything in the book, so we're not going to do it now. Everybody's geniality starts at +1. So Queegan's starts at +2, because he got nice good clothing. Good geniality. So geniality is added to your appearance skill. So your APP for the course. So anything that happens during the feast that calls to reference your appearance, you add your geniality to it. As well as any courtly skills, you will add your geniality to your courtly skills as a bonus, which is pretty much every non-combat skill. It'll come up.
Nice.
Everyone with me so
cool.
far?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So a feast lasts a number of feast rounds based on the size of the feast.
Incredible.
This is a small feast, so this will only be 2 rounds of feasting, right? Everyone's cool?
Yeah.
Now, there will be, available from chaosium.com when the Game Master's Handbook goes up for sale, you will be able to download a deck for free, a PDF print-and-play deck of some 80 feast event cards.
Wow.
Oh,
Now,
cool.
we're playing digitally right now, so we don't have a deck to share. So I've got just a table that I've randomized over here, and I've pre-drawn cards to save time. So this is not a one-to-one of what would happen. Usually, if you're at the table, you will get to draw a card and you'll get to read it and do all that kind of stuff. But we're just going to go through it like this. Okay, cool. And based on your appearance, the better looking you are, the more cards you get to draw, and you can choose which one is best to represent that you are more savvy than everybody else at the table.
That's amazing.
Some people just deal with what comes up, whereas if you're a bit more involved socially, and can choose which event to involve yourself with. But we're going to sort of just skip over that just for the sake of the fact that we don't have an actual deck. I did think about different ways we could do it, but it seemed like it was going to take up too much time. Okay, so is everyone excited to feast?
Yes.
To feast.
Where are these rules?
These rules are in Chapter 3, Arthurian Acts in the Game Master Handbook for Pendragon, which all of you is in the mail coming for all of you. I know. I've sent.
Amazing. All right, so this is in the new book.
This is in the new book.
Came
indeed.
out. Got it.
But there are still going to be 3 courses though. Joe O'Brien, can you roll a d20 and I'll tell everybody what the first course is.
3.
Swan neck pudding.
Ooh.
Oh,
yum.
nice.
Yumbo. Yeah, exactly. That's great. All right, Sequegan.
Yumbo.
Yeah, sorry. Sequegan, we'll start with you. Could you please roll a d20 for me?
8.
8. Okay. Alrighty. This is to help me determine the random beast card. Alright.
You're looking at digital versions of the feast cards?
I am. I've got the digital version up here.
Nice.
Incredible.
Oh, there it is. Pardon me. Alright. So, Sequegan, while you're enjoying your swamp neck pudding, a weeping man nearby is bemoaning his lost love. Would you like to be merciful or cruel about it?
Cruel.
What a
That sounds like him. That sounds like him.
Please roll against your cruel.
Okay. 1.
You did it.
Under 12.
It says here, you mock his loss. Okay, so this guy's like, and she told me that she was going to take the kids and go all the way to the north because she'd rather be with Saxons than be with barely a man. That's what she said. Could you believe that? Could you believe that, sir?
Yes, actually, I quite believe it.
What? Huh?
What?
Sniveling whiner. Who would want to stay with you?
Sure, you make a jest, sir. You make a jest.
Could you
to
pass
lighten
the
my
salt?
mood.
I can't reach it.
So you mock his loss, and then it says here, he leaves the feast in tears.
Oh.
Wow.
Others look on in pity. So please check your cruel box, and you get -2 geniality.
Oh no!
Dame Safina.
Oh, let's see. I
Hello.
roll here.
I think it might be easier if I randomize them over here because I realize I've got so many. But that's all right. What did you roll?
I rolled a 1.
Okay. 1 sec. Alrighty. Okay. No, this is fine. This is fine.
Do the cards have like a title?
Yes, they all have titles.
Okay, great.
You have drawn a card called Center Stage. Lord Edwallon stands as Dame Safina, the fragrant. Come now. but rally my halls with some entertainment for us all.
Yeah, rally your holes.
You, Noura, may choose. You can choose to make an orate, play instrument, or singing check.
Let's see. That's a 5. Okay, I will orate. So I will also regale him of the story of how I, defeated all of those. I slew all of those pink warthogs, who were magical at this point. At this point in the story, in the retelling, they're all magical. And I tell him. But now I change the story up and say, whoever brings back the head of the slain last magical hot pink warthog shall gain my hand in marriage.
Oh. There's gasp all through there. Can you please make an orate roll? What is your orate skill?
11. Not great, but better than the other ones.
You can become impassioned if you would like. Oh,
what's that? Oh, yes. I would like to add. I rolled already. So I rolled a 19.
Oh. That's just a failure. That's okay.
There are plot holes. There's plot holes in my story.
You just failed. So everyone was just like, okay, yeah, that's a story. It was like, yeah, all right. Yeah, I like the bit where she said she'd marry the dude who'd bring the thing, but that's cool. So no geniality, but people didn't fall asleep either.
Man.
So that's fine. So Caradoc, I've got random.org open here because I've definitely got more than 20 of these, so I thought it was loose. Okay. Okay, are we ready?
I'm ready.
Nearby,
what's this one called?
Noble. It's called Insult to a Serving Girl.
Uh-oh.
A nearby feaster slaps a serving girl, and you see others turn away in embarrassment. Would you like to be just or arbitrary?
Oh my God. Caradoc's gonna behead him.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty close, like just and arbitrary, but this, like an insult to a woman, like I can't abide
Maybe
this.
she
so
looks a little bit like your lady love, the Lady of Salisbury or something.
Maybe, yeah,
she
might
maybe
look like somebody's mom, and I'd be like all over it. So
yeah.
That's what you'll say. She is somebody's mother. How dare you?
Yeah, that could be someone's mother.
And I love mothers.
And I'm in love with her.
Please make
She's
a
got it
just
going
roll.
on.
Then. Make a just roll.
All right.
Stacy over here. Yeah.
7 under 9.
So you succeed. Just. So tick your just box. You intervene.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. That's what it says to begin with. You intervene. How do you intervene?
I draw my arming sword.
Oh Jesus!
Wait. No.
That's
Never
way
mind.
Too aggressive.
You can't do that. That's bad. I'm okay. So who insulted the serving girl?
It's just some other guy sitting at the table nearby. Like he slapped her in the face.
Is it another knight or?
No, it's not a knight. You're the only the knights. There are other knights here, but this guy's not a knight. He's just like a fat cat, like all sort of. He's wealthy enough in the village. Probably a merchant, yeah. Wealthy enough in the village to have been invited to the feast, but not wealthy enough to live anywhere else. Or be the lord of the village. So
I want to get up and like sort of jujitsu, like throw this guy to the ground.
Oh shit. What the bloody hell? What's your problem, eh?
How?
Onostara is nothing sacred.
That's what I was about to say to you. How dare you impugn the sanctity of this woman, this serving girl? She could be somebody's mother. I demand you apologize at once, sir.
He is shamed.
Yes.
Nice.
And does so.
Good.
Yeah.
And the other serving people are very happy. And your cup runneth over.
Yeah.
So you gain +5 to your indulgent until the end of the feast.
Ooh.
And +2 geniality.
Oh, amazing.
Sweet.
Nice.
Dame Fiona
Yes.
drawn a card called All You Can Eat.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
A voracious knight challenges you to see who can eat the most of this swan neck pudding. Is that what it is? Swan neck pudding? That's supposed to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, this other knight, this is going to be an opposed indulgent roll.
Okay.
This other knight has an indulgent of 19, apparently.
Oh, no.
To this thing I just rolled.
He's probably going to beat me.
We're going to do an opposed roll, so you roll your indulgent against him. He needs to roll a 19 or under, and what's your indulgent?
11.
Okay, that's cool. But whoever rolls higher without going over.
So I need an 11. Come on.
He rolled a 6. So you can beat that.
I rolled a 17.
Okay, so you fail.
No!
So he wins. He
win.
eats all of the swan neck pudding. He eats it all. You eat quite a bit. And when you depart the feast, you will have a bellyache.
Yeah.
I am very sorry.
I don't feel very good.
Okay, we are now into our the second
course.
Second course. I know. If Sir Caradoc could roll a d20 for me, I'll tell you what this course is.
Ooh. 20.
20. Fruit and salmon pie. Together at last.
Wow. Oh, yeah. I love mixing fruit with my salmon.
It's very good. It's what everybody wants at all times, I believe. That's an interesting one.
Actually, that could be pretty good.
Okay. Back to Sir Quingan.
Sir Quegan is, despite himself, feeling rather guilty.
Oh, about what? Oh, right.
I was just joking. Has he really not come back? He hasn't come back?
Well, very fittingly, you've drawn a card called the Merchant of Venom.
The Merchant of Venom.
Jeez.
Wow.
The court jester has singled you out for lampooning.
Oh no!
Leave him alone.
yes.
I despise this in
Audience
real life. Like, big
I
time.
love this.
The quality of mercy is not strained.
Do you consent to crowd work? Can you please test your modest?
Oh no! I couldn't possibly. No.
There's a lot of text on this card, so
Please.
Oh, I can't wait.
yeah.
I succeed with a 10 under 11 in modest.
I see you succeeded. All right. Okay. You didn't. All right. You laugh along.
You wanted me to fail.
You laugh along with everyone else. +1 geniality.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Oh, say
good
I've
recovery.
forgotten that poor man immediately.
This
Well,
is
that's what he was
great.
making
Thank
fun
you,
of.
Jester.
CJ and I just endured this in real life a few weeks ago. So this is great.
Oh my god.
I'll tell you guys off mic about the time I copped some crowd work stuff at the Comedy Cellar in New York.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Dame
I'd love to hear.
Safina.
Yes.
Dame Safina. You've drawn a card called Malicious Slander. It seems
Are they
that after
saying your
your
warthog stories
story,
are wrong?
I was just going to
False?
say, it seems that after your little story, a nearby knight is unfairly criticizing you within earshot. You can choose if you'd like to be modest or proud.
I'm going to be proud.
Okay, please make a proud roll.
Oh no.
Roll.
I don't know how good that roll is. Oh no, that's fine. It's their 10 and 10. Except I rolled a 9. Oh, can I use before? No, I already rolled it. I keep forgetting to use passions
I can
and
invoke
whatever.
a passion.
Sure. I'm happy to let you, Rich, because I should be reminding you that you can do these things.
Okay. I would like to do that.
Sorry.
will-
No, this is a trait roll. You can't become passionate about.
Oh,
a trait.
really?
About a
Okay.
trait.
Good
Okay.
reminder. Good
I
reminder.
don't believe so. Yeah.
I super fail it. I rolled a 19 and it was a
Okay.
10.
Then please roll against your modest
Okay.
and see if you succeed that one instead.
No, 17 over 10.
You're just like you're neither calling him out, but you're also clearly not ignoring him. Anyone can see. You're like, I can tell she's really bothered by that guy talking shit. You're just like looking at him, like, you know. And a couple of times maybe you went to say something, but you didn't. You like hit the coward button. So that's a bummer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I don't think she smells that great.
How dare you? Crossing the line, sir.
Sir Caradoc, I have drawn for you
Okay.
a card named A Love Poem. So this guy. So let's say that the dude that Sir Quigan insulted comes back and he sits somewhere else. He's closer to Sir Caradoc.
He did come back.
Yeah,
he did.
and he's red in the face. He's blushed, and he's got a piece of parchment and a piece of charcoal, and he is struggling to compose a love poem. Would you like to help him by making a compose check?
I would.
Yeah. Okay.
I would.
Make a compose roll. See what happens.
All right. So I take mercy on him. Very merciful. And I would like to invoke a passion.
Mm-hmm.
Can I, this is tough. Could I invoke my hospitality?
Yeah, because you're in a situation where trying to be hospitable and not awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's because it's really about you helping him. You're not actually writing something yourself. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So be like I before E.
Okay. I fail there. Okay, so now I roll compose.
Yeah. So you failed the passion roll?
Uh-oh.
I failed the passion roll.
So your compose is at -5 then.
Oh.
Doesn't he test it again?
Yeah, you've got to check that. Yeah. Check. To see you might go into a passion crisis. So roll against your passion a second time.
Oh no.
And this one you want to fail.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are doing great,
All right,
guys.
I failed again.
You failed again. So okay, you're not sad about it. You're just not inspired either.
Okay.
All right. So now make your compose roll unedited. Unmodified.
Natural 1.
Natural 1.
Nice.
Success.
There we go.
The love it. Yes. So they are very happy. And he says, I will help you with anything that you need. Anything at all, sir. Thank you for being kind to me. And you gain +5 on any skill roll during the feast, and +1.
my goodness.
+1 geniality.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
It's the best dinner I've ever had.
Caradoc saved the day.
You did.
Safina's like still mumbling under her breath. And so, was purple warthogs.
Okay.
I'll show
music.
you. I'll show everybody.
So Dame Fiona.
Yes.
This is very funny because you just had an all-you-can-eat competition. You got a bellyache.
Yeah. I feel great.
You drawn a card called Keep Dancing.
Oh boy.
Oh, because that's what you want to do.
No one can know that I
remember that mercenary that I mentioned before?
Yes.
He's invited you to dance the night away.
And you're super bloated.
Get it, girl.
It's okay.
Just want to set the stage.
I can hide it. It'll be fine. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Please make a dancing roll.
I'm so bad at everything.
What is your dancing?
5? I'm like.
Do you want to become passionate about it?
Yeah. Can it be
devotion? Because it is a high holiday.
Yeah.
There you
Okay.
go.
It's not great. I only have a 9 in that, but let's try it.
Well, that's because you got sad about it last time. Everyone made fun of you. Remember that? Yeah.
Oh, would I?
Is it because you've been beaten down by Christians your whole life?
Right.
Yeah.
You can make the devotion roll. It's okay. Go ahead.
I'm scared. A 2 under 9.
Nice.
Wow.
Okay, so you get +5 to your dance roll.
Okay, so now it's a
Heck yeah.
10. So I just need to roll a 2 again.
Mm-hmm.
Roll a 10. Come on, crit and make him fall in love with you.
What'd you roll?
I fumbled.
Oh, you fumbled.
I rolled a natural 20.
Oh, no.
Oh, yikes. This guy's like,
Oh, this was your chance.
Got a full belly.
I'm gonna legit cry right now. I'm so sad.
He says,
don't get too
worry,
upset. He's probably a serial killer.
You'll get the hang of it. You will. You'll get the hang of it eventually. You'll get it right.
you could teach me, maybe. We could have lessons or something. Or,
Yeah, and he's like, anyway, and he's got to back away. Maybe you were like literally doing the Elaine Bennis, like the
Oh, yeah.
like -2 geniality as well for fumbling that.
Oh.
Okay.
Right, this is not going well, and on the high holy day of the Feast of Astara, how can this be happening to me?
All right, we just need to roll for, please, Dame Safina. Can you roll a d20 for the final course? So we've had swan neck pudding, followed by fruit and salmon pie, and the third course is.
I rolled a 20, so whatever that is.
Another serve of fruit and salmon, but no.
Wow.
You get whole dry spices to, quote, aid in digestion.
The cinnamon challenge.
Cinnamon's great.
Oh god, I accidentally inhaled.
Oh, delicious. Clearly.
I am.
This will now.
Is no water, nothing?
No, this will be the end of the feast, and at the end of the feast, we add up all the geniality that you gained, not including your bonus at the start. By the way, so what is everyone's final geniality tally, not including their clothing bonus that everyone got?
Not
-2.
Wait, I thought you said the starting geniality bonus was
That was
counted.
for any rolls that would come up. You would get +2. Did we forget all that? Maybe we did.
No, mine's still a 1. I didn't lose or gain anything.
The 1? Oh, sorry, pardon me. No, the clothing bonus still counts. Still good, yeah, because you'll have +1, and then obviously Sequegan has +2, and then
right.
plus
So
whatever
with the
the modifiers
+2,
were.
I am a net 1 +1.
You're at 1.
Because I lost 2 and gained 1, so
And
I'm at
Safina is at
+1.
Yeah.
And what about Caradoc and?
I think I'm at 0 because I lost 2
Okay.
before, and I think I had. Oh no, maybe I only had 1 before, so I think I'm at -1 geniality.
Oh, okay. Cool.
It did not go well for me here tonight, even though I'm here amongst my people.
I love the idea. I just love the idea of
And Caradoc.
I'm at +4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
you
you
did
will
well.
gain +10 glory.
Oh,
wow.
nice.
First threshold.
Wow.
So obviously this was a 2-round feast. You can go up to like a 9-round feast. It was like a
Wow.
royal wedding. And you're drawing cards at the time, and it can become like its own whole little role-playing thing with little emergent narratives like we sort of had with this. But yeah, and at the end of it, you tally up your total geniality, and it can go up to like if you got 11 or more, you get 100 glory and all that kind
Wow.
of stuff. So
Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
pretty good and fun. But the night is coming to an end, and everyone's full. And Lord Idwalin
Sick.
says, first, thank you all for coming. I think it's best we now retire to our rooms for private things as we celebrate here on Ostara, and everyone sort of laughs and giggles. We will, of course, have some spare quarters for our guest nights. If, my friend here might see you all to your rooms. As it were.
Well,
Thank
thank you
you.
for your hospitality.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way to go back in time, basically during the feast? Like, could Sir Quegan sort of ask about this kid situation?
Is anyone
with like one of the
talking about
guests?
it?
Yeah, was anybody talking about it? Or is the courtesy to just completely ignore it during the feast?
And that's interesting. Like in the Arthurian legend, the courtesy is you do not talk about any of this stuff. And it's actually to the detriment of a lot of the heroes in these stories, like the Fisher King and Percival. It's just like if you had just asked him like about these things that were bothering him, like everything would have been solved. but he never does because of this courtesy. So it's like, yeah, I think we probably would not say anything.
Probably would not say anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll break into his bedchamber in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
That's right. That is allowed.
That is allowed. It's encouraged. Okay.
So
Then he'll say, "Thank you for your hospitality. It has been an exhausting day. I wasn't expecting a feast. This was lovely. Thank you."
And he directs the mercenary, the good-looking mercenary who was put off by Dame Fiona. to lead you to your quarters. Now, this hall is not big enough that it has like adjoining rooms beyond the one that Lord Edwellin sleeps in, so they will take you to a nearby like home, which is set up for like a guest house, which you can all sort of sleep. It's very modest, and the mercenary Llewellyn walks you out of the hall, and it's like a 2 or 3 minute walk. But you will, apart from the mercenary, have a moment here if any of you want to say anything to one another or anything like that as he's leading you to your hall. Dame Fiona, you might just be really embarrassed because the guy.
Yeah, I think Sir Quegan's going to be like, Fiona.
What?
You had a rough feast.
Well, you're one to talk. You made someone leave here crying. At least I didn't make Llewellyn cry with my dancing.
We were rooting for you.
Yes. It was only your first one. There'll be more. But
I think I might be in love with him.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I've just never felt this way before.
You know nothing about it.
That's just indigestion. You know, you could have had my spices for me.
Thank you.
Sorry.
That's very kind.
Sir Keegan, you were saying?
I was saying I heard no mention at all, even in whispers, of anything about this child and the missing wife. Did any of you?
We will need to do some sort of investigating.
Yeah, seems to be everybody was just carrying on as though nothing was wrong.
Is Llewellyn still with us?
Yeah, he's leading the way. He's sort of leading the I'm assuming unless you're not speaking loudly enough for him to hear if you're...
Yeah, we're just kind of
keeping it quiet.
Oh boy, would I have the nerve to... would I have the nerve to go up and ask him a question?
Now's your chance.
After this.
Good, yeah. You're not like ashamed. Like,
yeah, I'm quite proud.
Melancholy.
Look, things... I don't like it, but he could always change his mind. Because if you can change a bad first impression, you can make a good second impression. Whatever. And I go up to him.
No, you cannot change a bad first impression.
You can change it, yes.
Done.
You can change it.
Don't listen. Don't listen to Sir Keegan.
No, you can have a good second impression, but it doesn't change the first impression. I'm just saying.
And I walk away. And I go up to Llewellyn.
Make a move.
I say,
you just need a time machine.
You go up to him just as he comes to the door of the little modest home that he's looking at.
Oh,
hello.
Hello, I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for leading us here. Forgive me, how long have you been, here, with, Lord Edwellin?
I'd say about a year or so. He took me under his wing.
You've got a really good
accent,
man. Too. Oh, he taught you what it means to be a man. Under his, and...
Is he Irish?
There are lots of Irish.
Actually, yeah.
Those were the scum that jumped us. Don't forget that.
That's right.
And he took you under his wing. So, would you say he's normally like a reasonable, kind landlord person? Lord?
I'd say so, yeah. Anyway, here's your quarters for the night. And he opens the door. He's like, there's a separate room in the back for the women folk, and the men who I fear will be sleeping on the floor.
Yes.
Oh no, only 3 beds and 4 of us.
Oh no.
Whatever shall we do?
We'll have to all sleep in one. You can stay here, Llewellyn. No, you just stay. You just stay.
Stay here.
You don't need to go. Oh no, you can't possibly leave now. It's raining. No, I don't say any of that.
We must get back to my lord.
Well, thank you for your guidance and your information. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Mm-hmm.
Llewellyn, we came here on urgent business and we must speak with the Lord as soon as possible. Do you think we could perhaps get an audience in the morning?
Of course. Actually, perhaps you seem like the leader of this little troop. Would that be correct?
Well, I just talk a lot.
Yes,
right.
He is the little leader of this
Let
troop.
me share something with you. I think you should decide if you want the rest of them to hear it. He tries to usher the rest of you inside so he can speak to Quegan.
I'm sorry. No.
Fiona, of course I'll share everything with you. Yes, let us talk. I'm very tired. Be quick about it. What is this all
Have
about?
we all gone inside? Is everyone else just going inside?
Well, that's what Llewellyn would be waiting for.
I'm listening at the door, though.
Okay, yeah. Immediately.
Yeah.
He turns to, he's obviously not a moron, so he sort of puts his hand to walk you further away from the door.
All right, my opinion of him is changing.
And he leans in close. And he says, well, I think there's something that you should know. And I wasn't sure how to bring it up with you. And he places the tip of his spear at your throat. And he says, do you fucking remember me?
What?
And that's Pendragon under an iron skull.
Fantastic!
From a year ago! They found he's the guy that you... Oh, no!
Irish scum!
I knew it was Irish scum!
I critted and I didn't recognize him from that fight, Brian. I just thought it was...
No!
He's a whole year older.
That was the...
Puberty's hit. Yeah.
God.
Oh, man. Sir Cregan is
all right,
good
so
at
if you're
getting
enjoying
stabbed.
Pendragon, you can get it here on YouTube. You can subscribe to the Glass Cannon and get the audio-only version. That's correct.
JoinTheNaish.com.
JoinTheNaish.com. You can also, if you're having fun, you want to play along at home, you can jump onto Chaosium.com, use the code PENCANNON2. That's PENCANNON with a 2 at the end, and give yourself 15% off everything in the Pendragon line, anything from RuneQuest, and that includes the newly released Pendragon Game Master Handbook. We'll see you all next time.
So good.
Thank you so much for doing it.
Bye.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.